And we're going to jump now to another line. And, of course, yesterday you heard the story about Governor Tom Wolf advancing the legislation to kick off his plan for a severance tax on Marcellus Shale, expected to raise about $1 billion. And we had some favorable comments yesterday from the head of the Pennsylvania State Education Association. The money would be presumably earmarked for public education. Let's get the other side of the story now. David Spigelmyer is the president of the Marcellus Shale Coalition. He joins us now on the live line. Good morning, David. Thanks for joining us. Let me see if you're there. Let's try this one more time. Here we go. David Spigelmyer, hello.
Yeah, good morning.
Hey, good morning. Thanks for joining us. Want to get your take on this. Of course, the governor has advanced it. It still has to go through the state legislature, and some people saying that this is going to be a good thing, but it is going to directly affect the Marcellus Shale drillers in particularly here in western Pennsylvania, where it's so big. What is the sense that you're all getting right there? And I guess you kind of knew this was coming.
Oh, no doubt about it. It became, the cornerstone of Governor Wolf's campaign. What I would share with you, the model that was announced yesterday is pretty much a race to the bottom. The West Virginia tax model is in the northern part of Pennsylvania is equivalent to an 8.4% tax and in excess of a 7% tax in the southwestern part of the state. That adds costs directly to an already strained industry that has seen rig count drop from 138 rigs to 54 rigs in the Commonwealth. And we've already seen some capital announcements where folks have reduced their capital allocations for 2015 as a result of oil price decline. And what we hope to do is to keep some level of capital contribution coming into Pennsylvania to keep our supply chain and the more than 200,000 supply chain workers busy in Pennsylvania and keep those jobs pumping more tax revenue into our communities and into our Commonwealth.
Now, it would seem that what we have gotten, at least from the other side of it, a severance tax on the industry is obviously going to have its effect on the industry and maybe employment as well, right?
No doubt about it. And what I would point out is that this industry already pays a severance tax. We just call it a one-of-a-kind impact tax. No other state in the U.S. has an impact tax. We have one in Pennsylvania that's equivalent to a 3.1% severance tax. And you look to our west in Ohio, their severance tax rate today is less than 1%. It immediately makes us less competitive with neighboring Ohio. Certainly, West Virginia has that exact tax model. What West Virginia hasn't seen is the job growth. They've not seen the production growth that we've seen in Pennsylvania, and frankly, the benefits of shale, although they've come to West Virginia, not with the kind of vigor that they've come in Pennsylvania. And frankly, our impact tax in Pennsylvania that's generated $630 million over the last 33 months is far in excess of what's been generated in West Virginia's severance tax. And by the way, their severance tax applies to coal, timber, and gas, not just their gas industry.
Now, it would appear to be, or at least the governor is saying that he thinks this could raise $1 billion in additional revenue to go through education. I mean, do you agree with that figure? Is it going to be higher, lower, or what do you think if this were happen to pass? The effect and how much it would cost your industry.
I think I've made it pretty clear in a number of debates across Pennsylvania during the campaign season and the early part of 2015 that the focus of the administration and the approach they take, and if you take a look at what's happened in the Pennsylvania's pipeline system where the sale points are for natural gas, that the revenue estimates are unattainable, and frankly, drawing another $1 billion out of an industry, a single industry, an industry that pays the same level of corporate taxes that every other industry pays, would move us, certainly in the wrong direction. I know prior to my interview, I listened to some of your radio station, and consumers across Pennsylvania and across our country today have far more disposable income because of the fact that natural gas prices are less than half of what they were 5 and 6 years ago. Gasoline prices at the pump are, $1 or more or less than what they were just 4 or 5 months ago. A lot of folks don't equate that to shale development. I would tell you, liquids being produced across the U.S. have had a direct impact in our demand for foreign sources of oil. Just 5 years ago, we were more than 60% dependent on foreign oil. Today, we're less than 40%, primarily because of shale gas being produced across the United States.
Okay, I want to close with this at least. Western Pennsylvania particularly has been very big as far as the shale industry, and in Washington County, where so many wells are going, and in Greene County, Washington County, they're saying, the center of energy for Western Pennsylvania. How serious of an impact is this tax going to have, at least what we're seeing here in Western Pennsylvania?
I'm always careful not to say it kills the industry, but we've already seen significant decline in both capital allocations for 2015 and plans for drilling in 2015, primarily because of the price pressures that exist out there. Adding another, 7 to 8.4% tax upon this industry will do nothing more than drive more of that capital out of Pennsylvania to more competitive areas like Ohio, like the Texas, like the Louisiana and Arkansas, which we compete with head-to-head. A lot of folks will say, well, the gases here, they're not going anywhere. They've already gone other places. We had 138 rigs operating here just 3 short years ago, and we need to make sure that we're a competitive place to park capital so that we can grow jobs, grow affordable energy supplies for consumers every single day here in Western Pennsylvania. It's the one thing that has buoyed up our economy here, and frankly, the real opportunity comes through affordable energy and the development of manufacturing back here in our region.
Okay, David Spigelmyer, thank you very much for joining us, the president of Marcellus Shale Coalition. And again, we'll keep posted on this and see what happens. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Right. David Spigelmyer, the president of the Marcellus Shale Coalition, speaking about that proposed new tax, the severance tax on the gas industry in Pennsylvania.